the most honest hookup night of the year. How about that?
I love it.
What a rebrand of Valentine's Day.
Hello and welcome back to the U Up Podcast, special Valentine's Day episode. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Cupid Freid. Here to make
name.
all your love dreams come true. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Valentine's Day.
What does Cupid say?
I don't even know if Cupid has a voice.
Cupid's a baby. You should get a diaper.
I would have worn a diaper. I wore my my onesie here.
Yes.
I'm back in shorts.
Back in shorts.
For any of the women that enjoyed my camel toe from
Dinner and a show.
Yeah, from the earlier episode. How are you? What's going on? Friday feels happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day. We are back with another Valentine's Day.
Listen, if you're listening to us, maybe someone was like, this will get you in a better mood. You know, I think this is like, if you're a listener of the podcast, what a perfect thing to send to your friend who's like upset on Valentine's Day. Maybe like is thinking about it. Maybe they're alone. Maybe they're wondering what's going on with their partner. This is a great episode to send them.
It is. And Jared, send them the video because Jared is dressed like Cupid.
I'm in Cupid attire. I got my bow and arrow.
Our office is decked out.
We are all decked out for Valentine's Day. We have a lightning round. We're going to do a bunch of lightning questions. I thought there was one that's like fun for us to start out with.
Yeah.
Is this a female holiday?
Like, is it for women?
Is it for women?
Well, when you say that, it's like, would heterosexual men celebrate this holiday if it were up to them? Probably not, maybe. Although I have to say, Mike likes Valentine's Day.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, it's not a gendered holiday. It's a couple's holiday.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for single people. Like, I think when like single people try to get involved with
Right.
like the Valentine's Day thing.
Valentine's Day
like,
thing.
I get why that is a product of, oh my God, I'm not involved in the holiday.
Yeah.
Like when moms send their daughters flowers on Valentine's Day, it's like, to me, it's like sending flowers to like a family who lost a loved one. Like it's like a Shiva call type of move.
It feels like a pity.
A little pity. It's like, we got to cheer you up on the love day because you don't have anyone that loves you.
Someone loves you.
Right. Then like, I don't know. There's other days. I understand.
Right.
But
I
saying,
think it can be tough if you're single and it's a day that makes that very clear.
Right.
If you're at work, are you getting flowers? No.
That's why it's a couple's holiday.
Yeah.
Or thruples or whatever you're doing. Am I in love with someone that's not my family?
Right.
Day.
Is it romantic love?
Right.
Yes.
It's romantic day. So we're, us singles, us losers, us peasants, us ogres, me, on the outside looking in.
The untouchables.
The untouchables,
As
the
we,
unlovables.
As we couples ups call you.
Yeah. The unfuckables. Us losers who have nobody and sit alone in our studio apartment with one light bulb shining while we read pornos. That's what I do on Valentine's Day.
A hop, skip, and a jump away from being in the dome of the Undateables on The Bachelor.
This is truly the day
as you call
where
them.
you feel that you are in the dome of the Undateables. This is, yes, I always refer to the live studio audience of The Bachelor as the most single people in America.
It's very funny. Is there any straight male feeling on Valentine's Day of being single, of any kind of feeling of
No, I don't think so. I've never had like, oh, what about me?
Right. Well, because it's so commercial, it's so inauthentic. Do you know what I mean? You'd probably feel something strongly if you saw like a couple like with the family or something like, I don't know.
Right. I guess, this day doesn't hit me. I think it's worse when people like put it on you.
Yeah.
It's like someone telling you that you should feel bad is worse. And then you have to like defend something that you're like, no, I'm fine. I'm totally good. I like being alone on Valentine's Day. No, I don't need flowers. And it's like, look how defensive that sounds. You know?
Someone feeling bad for you is worse than like whatever the actual issue might be.
You ever walk into a room and someone's like, do you feel awkward?
Okay?
You okay? Yeah. And you're like, I'm totally fine. And then they're like,
it's like
no.
If you have an ex in the vicinity, are you okay?
Right. It's like,
how are you feeling?
Should I be worse? Do I give off the vibe of not okay?
Well, those people are projecting how they would feel onto you. So.
Yeah, I guess so. But then the more they say it to me, the more I'm like, maybe I'm giving off the pheromones of not okay.
You're not dressed like someone who feels triggered by Valentine's Day. I'll say that.
Me? Jared C. Freid? Jared Cupid.
Cupid's
Freid?
kind of a cool name. It sucks that it's.
Could you name a kid Cupid?
You couldn't because of Cupid, but it is kind of a cool name.
Cupid Freid.
Yeah, maybe I'll name my future dog that.
That's a good name for a dog.
That's kind of cute.
Cupid.
Yeah.
Hey.
QP, like
QP.
Q, letter Q, letter P. That's cute.
For Cupid. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is a couples holiday. This is for the couples.
Yeah.
Whatever you're in.
But the irony of it is that if you are a real long-term, long-standing couple, you don't give a shit about Valentine's Day.
Right. Like, what are you
It's
going
really
to do?
for
Are
a-
you
it's
gonna
really
do,
a
you said
new-
Mike likes it,
It's a
though.
new couples holiday. It's and like.
But I think the acknowledgement, even if you're in an older couple, like just the even just saying Happy Valentine's Day is like for like a couple that's been married 30 years. Isn't that cute?
It's cute.
You know, like,
it's cute,
isn't
but
that,
it's
like-
not. But it's cute, and then like that's it, and then like the day goes on.
Right. I don't know.
it's
Like, would, like if the spouse was like, "Is that it?" Like, it's like way to ruin the nice moment where I said Happy Valentine's Day. You know, I don't know.
Right. No, Mike does like Valentine's Day.
You have plans?
This is the first year that we're gonna cook.
We're
We're gonna stay in.
Stay in.
He finally feels secure enough in the relationship that he doesn't have to pay for he doesn't have to make the Valentine's Day reservation. I'm just kidding.
I love this. This is
I
romantic.
actually
Which of
like
the
it.
5 kitchens in your house will you use?
There's only one
Okay.
kitchen.
The
He's gonna
butler's
cook
kitchen,
for me.
the guest. So is he a good
Yeah.
cook?
He is when he usually does not have time to like cook. So
Right.
he hasn't cooked for me in like a minute.
What's his go-to dish?
No, he usually tries like new stuff. He's very into like trying new recipes. He actually taught me when I met him. I had no idea how to cook. It's actually kind of a sneaky thing. I had no idea how to cook.
Yeah.
And then he like taught me how to make like 3 different things, and then he never cooked again. It's like very sneaky.
Remember these 3 things, and then and then he's out. Yeah, just
and then he's been too busy to cook ever since. No, but he's I don't know what he's gonna make. I guess I'll let you know on the next episode.
Here's what I would think: you got to keep it light, but you got to be delicious, right? If I'm thinking of the perfect thing to cook for your mate,
Yeah, if it's a
gotta be
romantic night,
right?
it can't be like heavy.
Can't be heavy, can't be a lot of carbs, even though it's cold times. You know, it's like the season calls for carbs.
Right.
Got to have like a red wine thing going on.
Definitely red wine.
The way I would play it, I'd get on the grill. That would be my move.
Okay.
I would grill
Steak?
or chicken, something like, because I think just has lightness to it.
Yeah. Do you cook?
I do like to cook.
Okay.
All the men in my family seemingly cook.
But not the women.
My grandfather was a butcher, and
Wow.
he used to do all the holidays.
A butcher.
A butcher. Yeah, he's a big bitch.
A butcher.
He was the original bitch.
Had a butcher shop? Or
No,
like,
I think he was a butcher before getting into like other businesses, but he was. I don't know very much.
That
My
sounds
family
like he was
hates
in the
talking about
mob.
the past.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, there's some element of that. But during the holidays, my grandfather cooked all the holidays,
all of them.
and my grandmother was like a loud sous chef. Just like
Okay.
we have a memory. My dad had a heart attack when he was 40. So my brother and I were sent to my grandparents' house to like spend the night, which wasn't a normal thing in our
and
house.
you're 13 at this time, as we discussed last time, right?
Yes, my brother's 9, and I'll never forget it. They made turkey. My grandfather made. He would like take chances. Like he was like do different things, and he made turkey pastrami.
Oh,
Is something he made or something like that. It was turkey pastrami, and he made it. And I just remember, like, my dad just, like, I think he's sick. Something's going on. Like, you don't really know. And then you're just I remember we're sitting at the dining room table with my grandmother, and she's going, and they're discussing whether they like the turkey pastrami or not. Like, he made it. Now they're, like, discussing.
the two of them.
The two of them, whether he did a good job. And I'll never forget it. You're, like, sitting there and, like, what am I doing here? We're staying here tonight. Something must be really going wrong. But my grandparents didn't seem to like be too stressed out because they're just going across the table. My grandmother going.
Are they your dad's parents?
It
or
was
your
my
mom's
dad's parents.
Okay.
My grandmother, who like was a character in her own right. She's going, it's salty, and then my grandfather going back at her going, it's peppery, it's salty, it's peppery, and they spent like an hour
Debating?
fighting
Okay.
over whether it was salty or peppery. And
Did they think it was bad or good?
They. I don't even know.
These are the kind. They're your grandparents at that point are probably married 40 years.
Right.
What
Everything
else,
was bad.
What else?
to them.
But also, what else are they going to talk about?
Right. This is what we were talking about. Their
So what do
son's
you-
almost
right.
dead.
Yeah, I guess they can
They're
talk
just
about that.
debating about
Right.
whether it's salty or peppery. And I remember sitting there like, what are these people? They like nothing was ever right. You know, like
Right.
it was always a fight. But and then my dad growing up was like, my mom would like cook inside stuff. My dad would grill. But like there was always a discussion, what are we doing for dinner? Like, but my dad was involved in cooking dinner, and like
The whole family together around the table.
always.
Oh, that's cute.
No TV on, not allowed.
Wow, and you ask each other about your day and shit.
Yeah, that was like
You grew up in like
Mayberry.
Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, it was a total Leave It to Beaver house. No, we
Wow.
ate dinner together probably more nights than not. Yeah,
That's nice.
but it was like normally grilling stuff, the baked mac and cheese type of fare.
Right. Do they cook now when you go to BOGO? They like cooking for you?
Some nights they have a friend who's like, they have this old man who's like in his 80s,
Okay.
who they've taken in as like a pet. So he comes out like this. I'm not even.
Does he work there?
No, he lives in the community, and it's like my dad's good friend, and he like hangs out with them, and every Tuesday night he comes over.
Really,
for dinner.
it's like college.
Yeah, their community is very college-like, and yeah, so they cook now, but the food they make now, like it's just this like buffet of leftovers that they're reheating.
Right.
They've lost their way. But
Well, now they're back at the dorms. They're probably it makes sense. This is
They're
their. This is their. What's it? Food. Like, was it
the food halls.
the food hall?
Yeah.
Is that what you'd go to in college?
Right,
Yeah.
the buffet. So no, I like the feeling of cooking. I think it's meditative, but it's just
You do have all those cutting boards,
I have a lot of.
but you
lot
buy
of
the
place
but you
to
buy
cut.
the pre-cut onions.
That's right. So yeah, I think that's a nice thing that he's cooking for you.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fun.
excited about it. It's nice. We're officially back in.
Okay.
But yeah, it was definitely like when we first started dating, it was like, oh my God, I have a Valentine this year.
Right.
Like, what is he gonna, he's gonna like send me flowers at work and do all that
Well, I
really
think
cute, cheesy shit. You're like I was very excited about Valentine's Day.
Right,
in
it
the
goes
beginning,
into
yeah.
this like we talk a little bit
Everything's
about this.
new.
Well, and also like women want to be pursued. This is like I get to finally be
I'm
the
included,
main
yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Main character energy is like stuff women say to each other.
Yeah.
Like you are the main character when you have a Valentine's Day. You get someone that is thinking of you and preparing something for you, and that all seems fun and nice.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I actually when we were unpacking, I came across because I saved the card from the Valentine's Day flowers he sent me on our first Valentine's Day, and the card said, "I listened to this podcast where they said that flowers for women on Valentine's Day is equivalent to a male blowjob," and that's what it said on the thing, and it says like, "See you later, Mike."
Is that from our podcast?
Yes, our podcast. Our podcast. That's what we had talked about that for about.
No idea.
Yeah, no, we had talked.
we said some crazy shit.
Our first Valentine's Day episode, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, and now I'll be in the tree outside of your 8th kitchen,
Can't wait.
ready
to get us
shoot you with the arrow. If
Love
I'm
it.
Mike, I'm making grilled chicken, a salad, and then the side is going to be like, I would do like spaghetti squash.
That sounds very healthy.
Yeah, I would keep it healthy. You want to
Okay,
keep it
yeah,
light,
that's
keep
true.
it healthy, but then it has to have one thing of indulgence because you don't want to act like you're like trying to get your partner in shape.
Maybe
Hey, fatty,
Right. a
eat this. Like
dessert,
you can't. Right.
maybe.
I would
Or
have
a cookie,
a
chocolate,
dessert,
yeah.
something a little
a
bit more
side of
indulgent.
macaroni.
Right. Little, maybe a pasta of some sort. You could do that. I don't know.
Text him the menu that you're looking for.
All right, let's play some games. We have Valentine's Day, and we are sponsored by Shake Shack. We love Shake Shack, don't we?
Love Shake Shack.
What a
Huge
great
fan.
Valentine's Day sponsor, presenter. This is what's not to like. That's when you're having a good day if you're having Shake Shack.
Seriously, you can't go wrong.
What Valentine's Day without a little label confusion? When you're in the throes of a situationship, it can be tough to make the right call. Do you move forward or do you cut your losses? Lucky for you, we've got opinions.
We do.
No matter if it's love, a situationship, or good company, Shake Shack has you covered this V-Day weekend with their BOGO Smoke Shack promo. We love a BOGO. That's double the smoky bacon, spicy cherry peppers, and shack sauce. Whether you're sharing it with someone special or just securing leftovers for future you, which I believe is a smart move.
Very.
We're going to do a segment called BOGO or NOGO, where we help you figure out if your situationship is worth sticking around for or if it's time to walk away. The decision's simple. If it's a BOGO, you're splitting a great deal and having a great time. And if it's a NOGO, well, at least you don't have to share.
Ooh.
So that's the game. We're playing BOGO or NOGO.
Yes.
You have the situation, something comes up. You decide whether it is a BOGO, you're going to get the Shake Shack buy one, get one deal with them, or it's a no-go. We're out of here.
I'm having a fry.
You got to have
These
a fry.
are really good.
They're very good. We love a Shake Shack fry. Love a Kringle cut.
I can't even wait.
Right.
Okay.
So, you want me to go into it?
Yeah, you want to read our first one?
J&J. I'm a relatively new listener, but I've been seriously binging, so I feel like I've been a long-time listener. I'm writing in about a situationship that I'm currently in. I'm 35, straight, female, divorced, single, dating, and intentionally looking for the one.
Wow.
Well, they're doing it all.
Seriously, they've got it all.
All while binging our show, which is ironic since I'm writing in about a situationship, which is the opposite of dating intentionally to find the one, quote unquote.
Self-aware.
I don't always make the best decisions. Who does? But I am self-aware. LOL.
I called it. Look at me.
I've been on the apps and actively dating for about a year and a half, and I've been in a couple of situationships where I was the one that wanted more. But the last two situationships I have been the one who has been wanting to keep it casual. Oh, how the tables have turned. It definitely feels better to be on the side of wanting to keep things casual. My current situationship started about 3 weeks ago. We matched on Bumble. He's 29. I'm 35. To me, that's a big age gap. So off the bat, I kind of figured it would be casual. I really shouldn't be pursuing casual connections in the first place since I'm looking for the one, quote unquote. But I was bored and he was cute. We started texting and the connection was easy and fun. We went on our first date, had dinner, then drinks to follow. Then I invited him over and we hooked up at my place. He spent the night and we hooked up in the morning again. He left to golf for the day, then came over that evening to watch football. Okay, that's a big day.
Yeah.
I went to dinner with friends this past Friday night, and after dinner, he had texted me seeing if I wanted to hang out. I said sure, so I picked him up. We came back to my house and basically hung out from Friday evening until Sunday morning. I know, not casual. He spent the night at my house on Friday and Saturday nights, and we spent the day together on Saturday, including going to lunch. While he said he was cool with casual, I still get the sense he wants more. He mentioned when we were hanging out that our age gap isn't a big difference. He made a point to split the bill at lunch in a way that almost felt vindictive or mean. This took a turn.
Yeah.
What happened?
Seriously.
Like, I'm not paying for you since you don't want to be my girlfriend type energy.
That is, I see what that.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I get that vibe. Okay. Kind of out of left field, though. Like, lunch is your big line in the sand.
Right.
I don't mind splitting the bill, but there was some sass with the way he approached it. He also mentioned that if things were different, i.e. we were closer in age, we would make a great couple. He texted on Monday.
What is this, Mark, 24?
Right. What's wrong with him?
Jessica, 34?
Yeah. He texted on Monday and said he had a great weekend with me and really enjoyed spending time with me. My questions are, once you tell someone you want to keep it casual, are you off the hook if they catch feelings and get attached and ultimately end up hurt? Is it my responsibility to cut things off if I can tell deep down the other person wants something more?
I think we should do these one by one.
Let's do it one by one.
Okay. Here's the thing. I don't think you're necessarily off the hook if they catch feelings, but I don't really see, I feel like it's not as fun
Right.
once someone has said that they want more. Like, is it enjoyable to the person on the other end to keep hanging out with someone who there's like a tension because the other person wants more?
Right. You don't want to hang out with someone you know you're disappointing, and then they're kind of letting you know that by being like, well, split the bill. If you were my girlfriend, maybe
Right.
things would be different. Yeah,
There's like
I don't
a weird
want to.
feeling in the air. That doesn't sound fun to me.
No, and it's like you're also in a punch up, punch down situation because you're the ones not catching feelings and they are. It is kind of seen as you are the one taking advantage of someone.
Right.
You're getting what you want and they're losing out on what they want because they want love, and that is seen as the more
Noble quest.
Right.
Here.
Your
Yeah.
quest is lust and sin
Right.
and disgusting, fraudulent fucking.
Right. So I would say, is it her responsibility to?
Yeah,
I think a little bit. I think if you're a mature, nice person, you should probably stop seeing someone who's made it very clear that they want more than you're able to give them.
I think responsibility is the wrong word. How good do you feel being with someone who is made angry by you by your actions, right?
Yeah.
Like I would feel badly, and maybe I make the mistake once, but I think what makes you a good person is to say, no, I'm actively hurting someone when they don't really have control over their best interest.
Totally agree.
So,
all right, let's go on, move on to 2.
What even is the point of a situationship? Now we're getting
meta
existential. Yeah. While it's fun to have someone to hook up with and hang out with, do you think a situationship just wastes time and blocks you from finding the right match?
I mean, yeah, situationship is by its nature a kind of a toxic thing.
Right.
No one goes looking for a situationship. I don't think that's anyone is ever like on the quest to find that.
That's why it's called a situationship. It's a situation you've ended up in.
Right.
You know, like that's the situation. You didn't try to have that happen. I think two people can be casual with each other if they're being open and honest that they don't want this to be more. And what does casual mean to them?
Right.
I think you have to have the same definitions.
That's not the same thing as a situation.
Not the same thing.
Right.
Those are two people on the same page. Situationship is one person wanting one thing and another person wanting just below that thing.
Right. So the point is there is no positive point of a situationship. It's one person getting just enough to keep them kind of like hanging along and the other person getting sex.
Right. And here's the other thing about
attention.
Sex and attention, but also a situationship when it starts as something, hey, we're just two people having fun. That's a moving thing.
Right.
She's like, how responsible am I if they caught feelings? That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Time moves on. Someone goes, what am I doing here? Do I want more with this person? I do like my time with them.
Right.
Why wouldn't I want more? And then they go, hey, do you want more? And you go, oh, shit.
Yeah. And
now things have changed. It's a moving goalpost.
Right. That inevitably happens with all things. Someone wants more.
What are your thoughts on a 6 to 7 year age gap? Girl older, guy younger. To me, my concern is my fertility. No, I haven't frozen my eggs. Wanting a guy who is further along in their career / more financially stable and not wanting to age faster physically than the guy. I know this is one is vain. No, it's fine. I know I shouldn't be in this situationship batch.
What are my thoughts on it? I think if it works for both people and everyone's of legal age,
right. Most importantly.
Yeah, most importantly, everyone's legal consenting adult. I'm not against them by nature. It sounds like it doesn't work for her, which is fine. Like, I also think it's okay to say I'm not really looking to date someone 6 or 7 years younger or older than me, whatever it is.
Can I give some advice to this person that wrote in?
Yeah.
Who I like. I think they're a good person.
I think that's why she wrote in.
They're aware. I would say they are so caught up in what other people think that they can't even enjoy their own lives. Mm-hmm. They're so caught up on what are the rules and and it's like, okay, you're apologizing for saying I don't want to age physically more than the person. Why are you apologizing? I don't think it's vain. It's you. That's who you are. And when you find the right person, none of that will matter. Agreed. You're going to go age, whatever.
Sky isn't for you.
Right. If you let go of you say the one, I should be looking for the one. Well, maybe you got to have this situationship so that you could get to the next situation. I just think when you put the one in quotes and you're caught up on this these
socially acceptable way of thinking.
Right. And I think you have to be more okay with the feelings you have, whether they're, seen as, again, we're all complicated people. Mm-hmm. You wanted to fuck, you met this guy, he's a little bit younger. That's kind of a turn off to you. That's the thing she needs to admit. It kind of turns me off that
that's why she doesn't want to date him.
That's much younger. So, but I would fuck him. That's okay to say. That's a little gross, but that's who you are.
Yeah.
But
he wants more than that.
And he wants more. And now you go, oh, I realize that time for me to move on. Time for the train to keep on chugging along. So
exactly.
The 67 year age gap, for every person that it wouldn't work for, it works for.
Yeah. So this is a no-go for me. No sharing a Shake Shack, buy one, get one free. Although, if it's buy one, get one free, maybe he'd feel better about paying for it for lunch.
That would be
because he's really only paying for one, so yours is free.
Right. This is a no-go for me as well. And it's a BOGO for her to buy into just having fun with it and going, I feel this way. It is right because I feel it.
It's okay to feel that way.
Let's do another one.
J&J, Feather. I'm writing to ask if I'm dating a coworker, and let me preface it with, I know we're not actually dating, but I do think we're into each other.
Okay.
Let me explain. I'm 31 female and he's 35 male and we're both single.
Okay, good start.
There you go. Age appropriate. We are often together alone for hours on end at work, so it's been easy to build a quick relationship. That said, it feels like it's more than just a close coworker relationship. There are vibes.
Uh-oh.
For example, sometimes...
The vibe fairy came.
There we go. Something in the air. For example, sometimes even when we have a pretty easy day, we almost always miss our deadlines because we talk all day and don't get any work done.
We've been too busy chit-chatting.
We've been trying to improve on this. There was also an incident last week where he told me that I'm incredibly smart and hardworking.
Ooh.
And yesterday, he stopped me in the hallway and said, "Oh, you were here today?" To which I responded with, "Yeah, why?" And he said, "Nothing. I just haven't seen you all day." Okay.
These sound like normal office interactions
right?
to me.
And then he said, "What are you having for lunch?"
Oh, you're here today? Oh, so he didn't notice you? Must be a vibe.
Why was he looking for me?
Bless you. I didn't sneeze. Oh, okay, cool.
Why was he looking for me? Why does he seem to believe in me so much? Why do we never stop talking?
Why does he believe in me so much? He said you're hardworking.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like sir,
he's my greatest.
You women make everything sexual.
Right.
Why do we never
you're
stop
good at your
talking?
Job. Are you trying to fuck me?
So are we heading towards dating? I'm into it. What next? Sincerely, don't tell HR.
Well, this is a mess.
I mean, nothing's happened yet.
Nothing's happened, but I'm saying like to say.
I believe there are vibes.
There may be vibes, but they got to slow down. Are we heading towards dating? Like you are. Not even
marriage.
On yeah, like
the story.
You guys are on like you're not even towards the highway to dating. This is just fun, flirty office talk.
You don't think he wants to have sex with her?
Probably, but I think what she has to do is like I actually think it's a BOGO for her to do something away from the office.
Okay.
You have to bridge the office connection to the real world. Whatever happens inside the office is office fodder to get through the day. Sure, you guys have nice conversations. You stay after work.
Reason
oh
to
my
get
God.
Dressed up.
Right. But you don't have to do anything for each other. There's no compromise of your time. You're at work. You might say, well, we stay late.
There's no way to tell through actions how serious someone would
absolutely
actually want to do this.
What I would say to her is like, hey, I'm going for drinks after work with a few friends or alone or whatever. Do you want to come and see if the vibe feels similar there? You got to inch. You can't go as quickly, and like office relationships have to go very slowly.
Right. You have to like decide you want to marry each other before you can hook up.
Right. And you have to like be okay. Right. Basically, you have to be okay with like the dynamic. Things have to be said before they're acted on.
Right. You can't just hook up because the vibes are there.
Right. So should she date her coworker? Let me just say to her, it's a BOGO. Go get some Shake Shack, but you got to do it right. You get some Shake Shack. You go buy one, get one of the Smoke Shack burger. Go with this guy, but it's got to be at a Shake Shack. You're not ordering it into the office so that you guys can go and giggle more at your desk. No, you need to leave the office, BOGO, to you two going off-site to hang out.
Yeah. BOGO, give it a shot. People meet at work all the time.
But it's got to be, hey, let's get a drink off campus.
Yeah. There's a buy one, get one free sale at Shake Shack where we should go. What actually a great excuse to go get lunch with someone outside the office, though.
Right.
Right.
We'll travel out. Let's go get something. I got a deal.
Then you can see if he pays.
There we go. My situationship of 2.5 years has finally made the transition to full-blown relationship.
Ooh, how'd she do it?
Look at that. I'm writing you because suddenly my anxiety has shifted from what are we to are we actually? It's like I'm constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. How do I get over the anxiety that maybe this isn't right because it took so long to actually commit? The ultimate damned if you do, damned if you don't. He's like, let's be in a relationship. She's like, I don't trust it.
I get it. Yeah. Past behavior is the best predictor of future behavior.
Is this a warranted response?
Guy's got 1 foot out the door.
The whole time. Then finally he's like, I love you. And she's like, I don't believe you. Or am I just being dramatic? Please help me figure out if I should trust this anxiety or if I should let it go and lean into the relationship and just believe in the timing. Sincerely, the exception, not the rule, bitch. What do you think?
I think she is totally right to be on edge here.
Then what? He's got to pay the rest of his life because they were a situation?
I didn't say that, but I do think it will take it's okay if it takes a little bit of time for her to trust that it's actually real, because someone who has left before because they felt anxious about committing to you and dating you, who suddenly decided they want to commit and date to you, unless they've been to extensive therapy or there's a reason why it's suddenly real, I wouldn't trust it right away either. I think that's smart.
No, I get where it comes from. I
wouldn't book the venue.
No venues to be booked. I agree with you. But I do think she has to like let this person know
that she doesn't trust it.
The fear is like, I'm not going to tell them so that I don't lose it.
Here's the thing. There's a chance that this works out. People do change. I'm not saying that they don't. And I think that she should go with it. Right? If it's truly on, and she doesn't give any details. We can't tell you. We have no details about the relationship. Right. We can't really tell you if he sounds like he's for real or not. She didn't give.
We don't even know what type of situationship it was.
Right.
And like, we don't know if he was like committing, then not committing, then committing, or maybe they were just hooking up and he's like, oh yeah, maybe let's give this a shot. Like,
right.
I think that's like, should she feel anxious? Yeah, I agree to her feelings.
Right.
Should you back away from it?
No. Right.
You got a BOGO.
It's a BOGO. It's a BOGO to go all in, but also go into it differently than before with vulnerability and like saying what you actually feel, which is like, it's hard for me to fully trust that you're fully in, even though you've said it and you said it feels different. I'm just a little bit nervous.
Right. I'm nervous that the minute I fall madly in love with you,
right, I let myself go there. Yeah.
Right. You're going to be like, whoa, this is too much. Right. And I think that's like, that's not saying you are madly in love with them. You're like, I'm trying to date you, but I can't shake I can't shake shack.
Exactly.
What I just went through with you. Can we talk it? Can we talk
Can we go
it out?
to Shake Shack and talk this over?
Yeah, let's BOGO at Shake Shack and get the smokehouse burger and hang out and have a nice time and kind of like talk about our feelings and what got you here, what made you buy in. Because I've been kind of like pushing you to buy in. I wish I didn't have to push you, but I get
here we are.
Here we are.
I'm still happy to be here, but I'm a little nervous.
Right. So let's have buy one, get one at Shake Shack to discuss our feelings.
Let's do it. That's great. I think that's the best course of action for her.
Absolutely.
And thanks again to Shake Shack for sponsoring BOGO or NOGO this Valentine's Day. We hope that we helped solve dating for you guys once again. These are delicious. I haven't stopped eating them throughout this entire recording. Get the BOGO for yourself now through February 17th by visiting shakeshack.com and use code BEMINE. That's SHAKESHACK.com and use code BEMINE.
Cheers.
Cheers. First, we have a listener success story email. I love this.
Story.
We get so many of those. I mean, this show has been on for over 7 years. So some of you who've been here since the beginning have started listening when you were just like dating, single, and now you've got like children and you're in a totally different phase of life, but they still listen. I love it.
You were a young pup out on the scene.
Yeah.
Now you're an old dog.
Well, it would be funny. My mom is like an OBGYN.
Yeah.
And sometimes she would get patients that would come back to her that she delivered that were like having babies of their own. And that's how I feel when we get a success story.
Look at this vagina all grown up.
Exactly. That's what she'd say every time. Every time she'd look. The first person to see the vagina.
This.
Yeah, first person to see it.
That's wild. Does she get freaked out by that?
Probably. Probably a
right.
little midlife.
I mean, I have that with this. This is like looking at a vagina that we delivered.
Exactly. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay.
Hello, You Up fam. As Valentine's Day approaches, I wanted to share my gratitude in 2 stories of what I think are great testaments to the podcast. I like that we're going positive on a day that might be, so if you're a new listener, if you're an old listener, if you're single, this is to inspire you. My friend turned me on to You Up in 2021. I've been a devoted listener ever since. At the time that I started listening, I was really stuck in yet another situationship where I wanted more from the guy I was seeing. I knew he wasn't interested in a relationship, and I knew I should get out of it. But what if he suddenly wanted to be my boyfriend? The podcast episode, Why Would He Act Like My Boyfriend But Not Want to Date, seemed to have the perfect advice, and it did. Brutal and perfect advice. I realized that this guy was happy in casual intimacy, where I wanted more. It was up to me to choose myself and set the standard for what I wanted in a relationship. As my therapist at the time said, I could satisfy myself for a little while with an amuse-bouche.
Wow, fancy.
But what is amuse-bouche?
It's like a...
That's
it's
like
a little
a funny
French,
bush?
It's a little French appetizer. I think
Oh.
it means gift from the chef. I just saw that somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah, technically it means gift from the chef.
Okay, so it's not like...
It's like the little thing they send out from the chef before the meal.
Amuse-bouche made me think of like a clown, like multicolored pubic hair.
And that's why you didn't thrive in France the first time.
Is this why I didn't hook up in France?
This is the amuse-bouche.
Amuse-bouche?
Where's your amuse-bouche? Show it to me.
Let me see. So wait a minute, amuse-bouche isn't pubic hair that's
No.
multicolored and
It
would be
is-
on a clown's head?
It is a gift from the
Amusing
chef.
bush. Oh, okay. But eventually I would decide that I wanted an all-you-can-eat buffet. The guy ghosted me, and I finally stopped chasing after the crumbs of the relationship I hoped for from him. Success number one, choosing myself and what I wanted. In June 2023, I came to the DC U Up Live event. I was newly in a relationship with a great guy and wanted to tell him I loved him for the first time. After years of dating men who avoided intimacy, I was nervous about how to share my feelings. I had been belittled by previous partners for being vulnerable, and I was scared to say how I really felt. I got up on stage, and J&J coached me and made me say the scary stuff out loud. I told my boyfriend I loved him, and it turns out he immediately told me he loved me too. Do you remember this?
No. Do you?
I have no memory of coaching this woman into saying I love you.
Yeah, it is crazy the things that you forget. I literally have zero clue what she's even talking about.
I couldn't even...
I'm sure it happened. I validate that it happened.
Absolutely
Yes.
happened. Also, I'm sorry it wasn't a bigger moment in our lives, but you are saying I love you to your boyfriend. This is one of those stories that I feel
women-
bad that we don't remember.
We don't forget it. I mean, I just forgot, but we remember things.
Apparently. This leads to success number 2. In October of this year, my boyfriend proposed. Whoa. Our relationship has been built on a foundation of love, trust, passion, and curiosity. It's everything I dared ask for the all-you-can-eat buffet. I have realized a lot in the 3 years of listening to the podcast. We are our own best things, and working on ourselves makes us the best partner to someone else. The internet is full of shitty dating advice, and especially as a straight woman, ingesting too much of it can make you pessimistic that anyone of the opposite sex is serious about the relationship you crave. You can meet a great guy on the internet even. Thank you for your continued humor and insight. Cheers to 2025 and all that this community can provide. Yours, a betch going ham at the all-you-can-eat buffet. See picture of the couple on the next card. I was going to go to the next card. They're a beautiful couple. They're kissing here, holding hands. I'm seeing the ring.
They look very in love. Happy Valentine's
She looks so
Day.
happy.
I know.
Her email, I read
bliss.
it before we started. I do some preparation here. I get
just
myself
a tad.
ready.
Did you cry?
I had a little tears in my eye.
Oh wow.
I was so proud.
Sweet. Yeah.
To
It's great to help, be a part of that. That's why we do what we do. Well, that's secondarily why we do what we do. The first is for profit. The second is for stories like these that help us wake up in the morning.
Well, I was actually thinking, I think it's very funny to say that we do this for profit first, but I have to say, we could be doing this in a different way that would make us much more money.
Yeah.
Like if we were really like garbage human beings, we could do this show in a way where we are just divisive and we create a TikTok that like pries on the worst part of society. And I think that's what makes me proud is like, there was nothing for us to gain by telling her like, say, I love you to your boyfriend. Like,
right.
I'm just happy to help. I'm happy it worked out. That's what kind of makes me happy. Is that like we did it because we were like, it's the right thing to say to someone. It wasn't that it was funny. When I first started talking about dating on podcasts, like the one thing I learned is like, be honest and the funny will come.
Right.
Like you'll get a chance to be funny. I think when you're a young comic, you're like, just want to make people laugh. You want to prove.
Right. Only do the jokes.
Only do the jokes. And like I've had people on J-Train and like, and why this show works is like, we're here to help and we're going to be fun and have a smile on our face while we do it. So like, this is just such a nice... to see that this is like a byproduct of what we do.
I know.
And it's such a huge part of her life. Holy shit.
Yeah, this was such a great email.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending that in. Congratulations on your engagement. I have a feeling we'll get a wedding invitation. Who knows?
We fucking better.
Yeah, I mean...
Jared C. Freid needs an invitation.
Yeah, you got to invite Cupid.
So let's do a lightning round.
Let's do it. All right. What are the rules for Valentine's Day? How early into dating should it be acknowledged?
Here's my answer to this question. And this is something that might make you feel good or bad. Okay? If you are talking to someone, acknowledgement of the day means that you are in a stronger relationship than you were before Valentine's Day.
As an acknowledgement, like, let's go out?
Any acknowledgement. You're hooking up with someone, happy Valentine's Day, you are now a stronger couple. I don't know what that is.
Like a text.
It's a text.
Sure.
I'm saying 2 months in, plan a dinner, stronger couple. This is why relationships end this week as well. Someone is put face to face. No one is stupid. Everyone feels the same things. We're living in the same atmosphere.
Yes.
So when February 14th is coming, you start feeling it breathe down your neck. If you're dating someone that you don't want to be more with.
Okay. What are you doing? You're creating space?
You're either
in the bad way? Okay.
Holding space good, creating space bad.
Yes.
This week, if you're in a relationship that you don't want to be in, the whole week you just feel them just itching at your skin. And you're like, I can't be with someone during Valentine's Day.
Right.
I can't be with this person. It would be a lie for me to acknowledge this day. That's why relationships end this week. Or the day gets ignored completely.
Right.
If you're hanging with someone who ignores the day completely, not a good sign.
They are hoping that you break up with yourself.
They want you to break up with yourself, or they want to send you a message that whatever you are before Valentine's Day is exactly what they want to be after Valentine's Day.
That's as far as it's getting.
We have gone to the end of the road. It's a dead end.
I will only say the Happy Valentine's Day text, if you are past a certain point, is a bad sign of someone who might just be trying to sleep with you.
There's all levels. Right.
Like a text but no plan after a certain number of dates, I do think is a bad sign.
Text, no plan, you're 3 months in. That's just someone trying to get through it.
Right.
But they're also not making it more.
I would say text, no plan after like 4 dates.
It depends. Yeah.
Not great.
I think that's...
Would you not make a Valentine's Day plan with someone after
4 dates?
How many would you
I would have to be in a committed relationship to
make a Valentine's Day plan?
Yeah.
Really?
And again, that would be a sign to the person that I'm like talking with that like that's where we are.
Okay.
Like this is the most honest dating day. Like there's no day that you're going to get an answer like Valentine's Day. Cuz it's like the question you know, are you seeing someone? And then they're like, "No, not really." And then it's like, would someone be mad to hear that answer?
Right.
Like this is the day where it kind of gets smoked out.
Right.
You have to give an answer. Pop quiz, bitch. What are we? That's a Valentine's Day.
So as women...
I pop out in the Cupid. Tell us what you are!
So
I got my bow to your head. I'm like, are we in a relationship? Is this more than just fucking?
That would be helpful.
That's me.
Yeah.
Someone should hire me with my bow. Jared C. Freid.
A gram? Like one of those grams? Like singing...
I show up to some guy's office. Lauren wants to know what the fuck we're doing.
I would pay to see that.
Tell me.
We create a show right around that concept.
How great would that be?
I would love
I just show up.
Amazing.
My bow to his head.
You just start screaming at him until he says one way or the other.
Johnny!
Do you have a girlfriend?
Johnny, where the fuck are you? Lauren's got some fucking questions.
But she feels weird asking them, so here I am.
She's not going to suck a dick of some stranger anymore. Cupid's got some fucking questions.
Anyway.
Anywhooser. Yeah, so that's why relationships end.
Right.
Before this day.
But as single women starting to date someone, this is great for you. You should look at it as an asset because you're getting the chance to stress test the relationship, see if they can make it through it.
Well, this is the advice that's easier to give than take. I love what you just said. Use the day as an asset. So let's make Valentine's Day our friend, not our foe.
Yes.
Because if you live in fear of Valentine's Day and, whoa, did I do enough? Am I doing too much? No. Reverse it. It is time to say, look in the mirror. Okay? If you're sitting listening to this and you're like, what am I doing today, Valentine's Day? Look in the mirror and say these words. I am hooking up with blank. I would like blank to do this, to do blank on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
What is that to you? I would like a text. I would like a plan. I would like a date. I would like drinks. I don't know what that thing is that you want from them, but say it in the mirror. And if you don't get that thing, there's your fight.
There you go.
There's your argument.
Yes, and you've earned it.
And you've earned it. And I don't think you're a crazy person for feeling however you feel.
Right.
That's the one thing you have to remember. You feel
Your
away.
feelings
You're not
are
a crazy,
valid.
You're not sitting in a straitjacket in the fucking insane asylum.
Right. You want what you want. Your needs are your needs.
Right. You're in your sweats, alone, eating ice cream on the couch in your one-bedroom apartment. Okay?
Okay.
If you're lucky.
Usually it might be a studio.
Right. You haven't washed those sweats in years.
Hot.
And you're sitting there smelly, and you deserve to own your feelings.
Yeah. So let's say let's say you'd been on 4 dates with someone and they're like, Jared, what's the plan for Valentine's Day?
The plan?
Yeah.
It's bad if they go, like, the plan?
Yeah,
That's a
not
bad
the answer
answer
you want.
I don't know. I didn't think...
You would say, I don't do
I don't know.
Valentine's Day unless I'm in a relationship.
We have another
You would
question.
you would never say that.
We have another question about that. Like, I actually think that's very funny. I have said in the past, like, we're not a gift family.
Right.
And then that, like, covers you.
Because you deflect with the joke.
Right.
Right.
We're not a gift family, but then it's funny.
We love that.
My brother got married and his wife was like, we're not a gift family. I was like, yeah, he did it. He set this up.
He manipulated this whole...
Right.
Yeah.
Learned from the best.
Played
Jared C. Freid.
Impressive.
No, I guess if I was 4 dates in and someone was like, what are we doing for Valentine's Day? I would go, I think maybe we're a little bit farther along than I am. I'm not looking to do... We're not at the point where I could really make a Valentine's Day plan. And we'd probably end.
Right.
Like, mature
Would
me
you actually
would
say
end
this?
It. Mature me would end it. Immature me would deflect, deny.
Okay.
Oh,
Would you
I'm
send
out
a
of town.
text? Happy Valentine's Day text?
Yeah, I would send a happy Valentine's Day text.
Okay.
I think that's a pro.
Right. If you're open to more.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day. Well, this is where, like, my life, the intersection of my life and this podcast are, like, tough to deal with. Like, Valentine's Day, I might be down in, like, Georgia. I might be doing shows in Atlanta.
Okay.
Not Atlanta, Alpharetta. It's like an hour away. They were like, there's a club that wants to, like, do shows. Oh, I should probably mention that here.
Oh,
if you're in Alpharetta.
There you go.
So,
all the Alpharettians out there.
Excuses are really good, easy to come by for me. So if someone has an excuse, they're avoiding this conversation.
Would you probably give an excuse instead of saying, I don't feel like we're there yet? Probably.
Yeah, I'm a Jared C. Freid is also Jared P. Freid, standing for pussy. So,
02 aliases. All right.
Rachel wants to know what the fuck we are.
All right, my partner and I are living apart for a few months for work. Any fun ideas for a remote Valentine's Day?
Ooh, there's actually, like, things for this.
Okay,
like,
let's hear it.
If they want to go sexual, just get a vibrator that he can control from an app on his phone.
That's a thing?
That is a thing.
Okay.
If it's not a thing, put me on Shark Tank. Okay? Because that should exist, but I think it exists.
Okay.
I don't know. Candace, yeah. Okay. Candace is shaking her head. Well, Candace just nodded like...
I mean, I believe you. It doesn't seem that hard to do.
Not the craziest idea, but
okay.
I think that's a fun, like, how do we make something so far away where we can be sexual, but not... I think also, like, starting a movie at the same time, that could be fun.
That's fun.
Cooking for yourself. You send him a recipe, she sends you a recipe.
Oh, I like that.
Wow,
you've got a lot of these.
I'm a romantic.
Yeah.
I'm Jared C. Freid.
You are.
Also Jared P. Freid.
Yes. Depending on the day.
Right. No, it's easier said than done.
These are all great ideas.
No one has better ideas for a relationship than a single guy who has no one to do these things
because
for.
you can just suggest, you don't actually have to do.
Right.
So
I have not. Right. I have no
the beauty
skin.
of it.
Like, there's no woman being like, well, why don't we do that? Oh, whoa, I gotta go home. I gotta go to Alpharetta.
All right. He says Valentine's Day is every day, but does nothing romantic. How do I tell him that's not enough?
This is
a Valentine's Day is everyday guy.
This guy, I want to meet him. I want to hang out with him.
He's getting away with murder.
It is such a hilarious thing to say. Valentine's Day is every day.
Wouldn't you be a little embarrassed as a
I
man?
kind of wish I had that in me to, like, not feel shame for my own bullshit.
Right.
Like, this is bullshit.
You'd be a different person, though.
Right. This is the highest form of bullshittery.
Right.
If she says Valentine's Day is every day, then it's like, I guess you could do like a pithy response where you're like, well, I guess you have to go down on me every day.
Right.
You know, like I don't know what you
Here's my expectations for Valentine's Day, so I should be getting them every day.
Right. But then that turns into like two people joking, but like actually not joking.
No, of course. You should be like actually open and honest with your feelings. Which is, here's the thing. He says Valentine's Day is every day. That's his feeling, right? Your feeling is that Valentine's Day is February 14th, and you'd like something special. And something, I've said this before, what's actually romantic is someone doing something that they don't want to do.
Right. That's a good point.
It'd be even more romantic if he did something for you on Valentine's Day because he doesn't give a shit about it, but you do.
Right. I guess how do you like, it is funny. It's like, how do you do jujitsu with a bullshit jujitsu artist?
Right.
Like,
if you want to play that game.
Right. Because if you do Valentine's Day is every day, you kind of have to like ruin the fun. Like you have to be the one to be like, hey, that really annoys me when you say that.
Right.
Like it sucks because I feel for the person because I'm the Valentine's Day is every day guy. Like I would make a joke like that to like, you know, bob and weave.
Right.
And that forces the other person into a position of like, hey, you know that annoys me. Now I have to tell you I want something done for me on Valentine's Day. You ruin the romanticism.
Which takes away from it.
Right. I don't know when you have that conversation or how you have it, but there's a point where you got to pop the balloon.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And that is a more intimate conversation.
Right. Valentine's Day isn't every day for me. Yeah, like you said that.
Well, it's
early,
like this is a relationship. Part of a
Right.
relationship is doing things for other people because it makes them happy.
Right.
So here's what would mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
I'd love to you to have a dinner reservation. I'd love to get flowers. That's what would make me really happy on Valentine's Day. Whatever is important to you, you can relay that to me. And even if it's not something that I would immediately think to do, I would do it because I care about you.
Again, to go back to the, going and looking in the mirror, I expect this on this day from this person. And then when that doesn't happen, you got the receipts.
Yeah.
And there's your fight.
You're giving them here's the thing, you're hand feeding them an opportunity to do something nice. If they're not taking it, that's a bigger conversation.
But that's what Valentine's Day is, hand feeding. That's why like I think like that's
why it's so cheesy.
Right. It's why it's so cheesy. And it's also like why I would assume like a coupled person would like it. Like, okay, good. I have this opportunity to show this person.
It's built in.
Right. So it's like if you're not looking at Valentine's Day as like, oh, good, I get to show this person like where I am, how I feel. What are you avoiding?
Right.
So again, make it your friend, not your foe. We have another one.
Embrace it.
How to ask the person you're seeing if you're spending Valentine's Day together if you're not official yet.
What are we doing for Valentine's Day?
Any plans for Valentine's Day?
Any plans
for Valentine's Day?
Any plans is cheeky.
It's cheeky. Any plans for Valentine's Day?
How would you want to be asked?
Any plans for Valentine's Day it's a little bit what are we talk-ish. I don't know. I could get out of it.
You could celebrate Valentine's Day and then not progress.
Oh no, but that's the point of what we were talking about in the beginning. Mm-hmm. You're just a little bit. You could be a little bit stronger of a relationship, but like acknowledgement of the day is just. It could be an inch. It could be a mile. It doesn't have to be this big grand like we are now together.
Right.
It's more just like it's nice that it was acknowledged. It's nice that I'm the person you thought of. Like.
It's an opportunity for a reveal.
Right.
We've been hanging out for a little bit. Valentine's coming up. I would love to spend it with you.
And if they're not with you physically, you have to wonder.
Where are they?
Yeah. Who do you spend it with? You can only spend it with one person.
They're in Altoona. Where are you going?
Alpharetta.
If you've been stressing out about this all week because the person you're dating has not said anything about Valentine's Day, you wake up, you're hearing this episode. What do? They haven't said anything yet.
How about you come out? Here's the other thing. Let's get on the offensive.
Okay.
If you're sitting here waiting for someone specific to send you a happy Valentine's Day text, then obviously you feel you want to tell them happy Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. So why don't you send that text? Happy Valentine's Day. I was thinking of you.
If someone had to text you first, Happy Valentine's Day, do you think that you would actually be into them?
Well, our job is not to tell people even though I just told people what to do.
Right.
No, but our job is to lead the horse to water and then for them to find
to
out.
get yourself answers.
Right. To find out that the water is going to make you sick. If you send the text, Happy Valentine's Day, I was thinking of you, that's a reveal. That's expect your plan for that night or your breakup.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
And lucky for you, either way.
Again, Valentine's Day is your friend. It's helping you get answers.
Yes.
So, hey, Happy Valentine's Day to you too. I was thinking of you also. Cool. What are you doing tonight for the holiday?
Yeah.
Well, I got to go to Alpharetta and do a show. You know, or you get, let's get drinks. Sometimes it's just so easy.
Right.
But I just don't count on let's get drinks.
It doesn't feel as good when it's even less just drinks. But right. Your job is to ask for what you want. You can only control yourself.
And
exactly like you're
we're
saying.
also speaking to someone who's already lost.
Right.
If you're waking up the morning of Valentine's Day, it's already over.
That's true.
You're alone, bitch. You got no one.
Well, you got
us.
Jared
C.
Freid, depending on the day.
This is
All right. Is Valentine's Day a girl holiday? Do men expect or want physical gifts?
To go back to this, it's a couple's holiday. It's a couple's holiday.
So would you expect a gift from
Would I expect
a
gift?
Where is my gift?
It's Valentine's Day. No,
I mean,
I wouldn't expect a gift.
Okay.
I would expect that.
I think men don't expect a gift, but I think it's a nice opportunity to if you're in a relationship or you're seeing someone that you're kind of official with, to do something a little more sentimental.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, no, it feels great. All that, I don't know. I just like when someone's got a plan, when someone is
thoughtful,
thoughtful. Yeah. Or just if we're together, if we're openly together, we're dating and it's hey, I'm thinking about you tonight. I got my own things in mind for tonight. And then you have a thoughtful gift. That'd be nice.
Right. I think it's more important that the man do something in a heterosexual relationship.
Sure.
But I think it's a great opportunity to lean into that.
Right.
Side.
There's just a big difference between the relationship, not relationship. The not relationship of it all, again, I've been given gifts and it was the moment I was we gotta have a talk.
So let's say you've been on 6 dates with someone and they get you a Valentine's Day gift. Would you have to end it?
No. It would, Happy Valentine's Day. We got to talk. No, I don't know. I'm not 6 dates in with someone.
Right.
If I was excited about it, it would be cool.
Okay.
Again, it's all about.
Right.
All you're doing is saying, I'm on this page. Today is a day where pages are announced.
Yes. Time to show your true colors.
That's right. I almost lost my heart cup. Okay, let's do another one.
Okay.
Is lingerie on Valentine's Day something a guy would appreciate, or is it not worth the hype?
I would say yes to lingerie on Valentine's Day.
I agree. I
think it's fun.
Just the idea that you were thinking about it.
Right.
I think
Put effort. Anything with effort is never bad.
I totally agree. And also men love the idea of women thinking about sex.
Right.
We just and again, this isn't fair or right, but I think from the guy's side of things, is just the idea that you were as much a dog as me for 2 seconds. That
yes.
you got a little sweaty while you put on that lingerie thinking about me.
For sure.
That's nice.
And I think if you're in a longer term relationship, it's especially nice because I think it can almost feel a little embarrassing to break that out on a random day. Why now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
And it's
this says gives you a little a reason to do something special.
Just like Halloween, when people dress as the sexy whatever.
Right.
Sexy Cupid, I'm dressed right now.
Exactly. You kept your shirt on though.
I kept my shirt on. I was gonna go shirtless, but I'm just saying when you dress, it's the embarrassment, who am I? What am I putting on fucking lingerie for? I can understand that. I have that feeling when I go on a date. When I'm getting dressed for a date, I'm what am I? I'm 39. I'm combing my hair. What am I, a fucking loser? So I think the day.
Yeah, it gives you a reason to do it.
And it gives you a reason to get into that other version of yourself.
Right.
You get to be the sexy version of you.
Because it's marked as special. I love that. Okay.
How to tell the person you're seeing that Valentine's Day isn't your thing without sounding like you don't like them. How does it... So this happens from the female side of things a lot.
Okay.
Where it almost from a guy, like if I heard a woman be like, I hate Valentine's Day, it's awful. To me, it's like a doth protest too much. Like it like says more about like maybe their past or things they've gone through than us. Like I would never take that as like, you don't like me. And maybe that's my cocky asshole brain speaking. But if someone was like really against Valentine's Day, I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Right. Who hurt you?
Right. Like you can't find this fun with me?
Yeah.
Like, don't we like, you know what I mean? I guess it comes back to, do you like me? But like, how hurt are you from whatever was in your past? And again, these could be traumatic. These could be like very serious topics. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, which is how to tell the person you're seeing that Valentine's Day isn't your thing. Tell them why.
Right.
That's a vulnerable thing.
It makes you closer.
That brings you closer if the person's interested in you.
Right. And it also might help you to like have a good Valentine's Day with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is it a bad sign if my boyfriend doesn't get me a gift for Valentine's Day?
It depends. I don't know.
Right. We need more context.
Yeah. Is it a bad sign? I mean, if you expected a gift and you didn't get a gift.
Right. And he knew
it's bad.
And he knew that a gift was expected.
Right. Or maybe you got to report to him that, hey, you fucked up.
Right.
You didn't get a gift from me on Valentine's Day. What?
Yeah. But I think it all depends on expectations.
Right.
Some people probably, after a while, might not expect a gift. I don't expect a gift.
I'm trying to think. I'm not a gift guy. It would be dinner, drinks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's usually, I think, especially the further in you get, it's like, maybe I'll get flowers. I get flowers on occasion.
Right. Maybe I'd get them one of these vagina cups.
You could keep it. Bring it.
Oh,
give it to someone and
Oh, it's a heart.
Yeah. Oh, it does kind of look like an ass.
It does look like an ass. Yeah. You can go check it out on YouTube. You guys can tell us what the heart cups look like.
Should I spend Valentine's Day with a guy I've only been on 2 dates with?
Sure.
If he's willing.
Right. But also like the first date that happens on Valentine's Day by accident, like that happens.
Right.
The third date that like, oh, it's what?
Yeah, as long as it's like very obvious that like it's just a fun day. Like you're no one's taking it super seriously.
Right. And also like, yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, and yeah, you just have to like, I think you have to also accept how little it means to the other person.
Right.
Like, if you're like, oh, it's just a third date, but it happens to be on Valentine's Day, you have to understand, like, them doing it doesn't mean that this is a grand gesture.
Right. And you have to be self-aware enough to know that
everyone involved has to be. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Last one. Is it cool or weird to go out alone on Valentine's Day? Treat yourself.
I think it's cool to go out alone in general.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about like the Galentine's Day thing. I think like...
I don't like Galentine's Day.
Yeah.
But I do think Valentine's Day is a great night to go out.
I agree.
It's a Friday night this year too. Everyone who's out is single.
Right. If they're alone and they're not like with, holding hands with someone.
They're single. It's a great way to like know that everyone out there is single.
That is a great point. It's the most honest hookup night of the year.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
On Valentine's Day.
Right. And that whoever they're not spending it with has been told basically that they're nothing.
Yeah. They can't have a secret girlfriend.
Right. The secret girlfriend would really have to be a secret.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean.
If you're out, everyone else at the bar is in the same position.
The most honest hookup night of the year. How about that?
I love it.
Yeah. What a rebrand of Valentine's Day.
My parents met at a Valentine's Day party. It ended wonderfully. They were both with different dates.
I remember you've told this story before. Different dates.
Yeah.
And then they ended up together at the party.
I don't know if it was I think my dad knew her date and asked if it was fine if he asked her out, and the guy was like, "Sure, I don't care."
Really? Bold.
I think he was like, "Yeah, she has like 4 kids, so go for it."
She's all yours. Yeah. Well, we solved dating again.
We did it.
And here's a little special tidbit for you.
A Valentine's Day gift.
We have a gift for you. If you're watching Love is Blind, we have done recaps. It is going to come out tomorrow on YouTube. So that's a great reason to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are doing episodes 1 through 6. That's all the pods. And you can watch us,
Yeah. You can watch other people ruin their lives on TV.
Right.
And then watch us make fun of them.
Boom. There it is. So we will be back next week. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope this helped your day if you were feeling a little down in the dumps. I hope that this Cupid over here.
I think you should do it right into the camera.
Right in the camera.
And then we'll. There we go.
Back next week. Boom.
Bye. Kate McAuliffe is our senior producer. Our editor is Emily Freid. Candace Maniga is our senior social producer. Our associate producer is Will Maxwell. Additional production help from Shannon Jimenez Sasson. Be sure to follow us at u.up.podcast and send us your emails to uup@betches.com.